Adam Sandler's new Netflix film Hustle is the 8th time he has appeared in a Netflix original film. So we're going to rank all 8 Adam Sandler Netflix movies from worst to best. So let's get started. How's it going, movie watchers? Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be ranking all 8 of the Adam Sandler Netflix movies. Most of these are Happy Madison productions. One of them is the Noah Baumbach film. We will not be including his comedy special 100% Fresh. If you'd like to see more ranking lists from me, you can follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find plenty of ranking lists on that app. So let me know in the comment section down below, what is your favorite Adam Sandler Netflix film and what is your least favorite one as well? Coming in last place is The Ridiculous Six. I could tell there's a decent film within this movie, but it's long. It overstays its welcome. A lot of the scenes feel very drawn out. My favorite scene is the creation of baseball, but it's so out there. It has really nothing to do with the plot. And that's a problem with this film, is that so many sequences just like that steer away from the main story and getting the Ridiculous Six members to find their father. And there's so many moments that are just steering away from the path of the film. A lot of those sequences are just not funny. If they really just focused in on that one plot of the brothers instead of having these little detours, I think it could have been a much better film. There's so many cringe-worthy performances, especially coming from Taylor Lautner, but the look of the film is pretty great, and I like the soundtrack as well and the overall Western feel to it. But it's overstuffed with cringy jokes and it's very long. Coming in 7th place is Sandy Wexler. I know some people have this a little bit higher on their list of best Adam Sandler Netflix movies, but it's long. It's boring. I remember when it was first released and falling asleep during the film and having to rewatch it. And I rewatched it the other day, and it's just as boring as the first time I watched it. Jennifer Hudson is great in the film. I think she does have good chemistry with Adam Sandler, but she feels out of place because a lot of the movie is focused on people that know Adam Sandler. All of Adam Sandler's friends, anybody that's ever worked in an Adam Sandler film is in here. And then there's Jennifer Hudson. Yes, she's great in the film. She has a great voice. I like her character. But when you put her with all of the other characters, she just feels like she's there. She's just not part of that big group, and which is disappointing because I really like the character. I think the story is kind of interesting. It drags so much within this film. When you introduce Sandy Wexler and having Jennifer Hudson as this client, once you kind of get past that, there's really nothing interesting about the film. So Sandy Wexler for me is one of the most boring Adam Sandler films I have seen. Coming in 6th place is Hubie Halloween. Adam Sandler once again provides a really over-the-top voice performance in here. I do like the overall Halloween feel within this movie. It is a perfect film to watch during the Halloween time for its vibe, for its sets and the costumes. When I saw the trailer, I thought it looked like a decent Halloween film. The character of Hubie we're supposed to take seriously, but it's like a mixture of Little Nicky and Waterboy, and it just does not work. It's supposed to be comical, but it's a little bit embarrassing at times, and it's hard to take this character seriously who wants to save Halloween. I like some of the connections to previous Adam Sandler films, especially Happy Gilmore with Ben Stiller. It's a family-friendly Halloween film, and there are some pretty funny moments along the way, but the problem itself is Adam Sandler with his voice. It's just not funny. We're supposed to take it seriously, and I just do not buy into that. But overall, it's a decent film with a great Halloween feel to it. It's filled with a lot of people that have worked with Adam Sandler before, and I think they give decent performances. Coming in 5th place is The Week Of. This stars Chris Rock and Adam Sandler in a very relatable film about preparing for a wedding. The problem with this movie is that it's chaotic, coming from the side of Adam Sandler's family. And I think that's supposed to be like the realistic moments, is that Adam Sandler is trying to provide everything for his daughter for her wedding, and he wants to be the one that pays for most of it. Everything in this film is just people yelling at each other, the family just having so many problems and inviting more and more people into their house. And I think that I understand that it is trying to create that chaos of preparing for a wedding with the family, but at times it's absolutely stressful seeing everybody in one house bickering at each other. Adam Sandler trying to deal with this hotel that's fallen apart. I want to rip my hair out. And not that it's bad, because I think it's a decent film, but it's just absolutely chaotic to the point where I just cannot enjoy it. And I honestly thought there'd be a little more of Chris Rock and Adam Sandler. They feel very distant within the film. Chris Rock's son is set to marry Adam Sandler's daughter, and he is rich and Adam Sandler is struggling, and Chris Rock wants to help him out, but Adam Sandler says no. They're great friends. I expected more comedy between them two, more of a development of their relationship, but for the most part, they feel very separated. Coming in fourth place is the DoOver. This started off pretty good with David Spade and Adam Sandler, who has worked together plenty of times, reconnecting at a high school reunion. There's some fun moments within that. When Adam Sandler and David Spade get a chance to do their life over again, it's fun to watch them just kind of be silly and get back into that high school state of mind where everything's just kind of easy going. There's not a lot of responsibilities. It's just pretty fun. But when you get into the meat of the story and the purpose of what they are doing, that is where the film kind of loses it. It drags in the middle half of the film when you get deeper into the plot. But I think there is some really great comedic moments in here, especially coming from David Spade and Adam Sandler. Great chemistry between the two. It just kind of loses its steam about middle half of the story once you introduce Paula Patton within the film. And anytime Nick Swardson shows up, I'm there for it, and I thought his character was pretty funny. Coming in third place is Murder Mystery. The films that have Adam Sandler and a female co-star, more particularly Jennifer Aniston and Drew Barrymore, they're good films because he's not acting absolutely stupid. He's a normal character, and they're able to just kind of reel him in. 50 First Dates, Just Go With It, The Wedding Singer, they're all great films. And they all star either Jennifer Aniston or Drew Barrymore. So this film has Adam Sandler acting just like a normal person. It has your typical Happy Madison moments. It's kind of ridiculous at times, but it has a good murder mystery story within it and a whodunit story that keeps you engaged within the film, filled with some really chaotic sequences and some funny moments along the way and a pretty decent cast. There's enough exhilarating moments and a story that you find interesting and you're absolutely involved with. And Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston work great. Once again, they were great together and Just Go With It. I like this film as well. I think there is a fun story and I'm looking forward to the sequel. It's one of the better films, more so for its story and Adam Sandler actually delivering a pretty good performance as a normal person, not giving a ridiculous voice to match a stupid character. Coming in second place is the Meyerowitz Story. This is directed by Noah Baumbach and is not a Happy Madison production at all. This also stars Dustin Hoffman and Ben Stiller. It's got a pretty good cast. It's chaotic, it's sophisticated, it's dysfunctional at times. It's very relatable, and it's got a pretty good script of a family that's not vibing together, but they're forced to overcome their differences. Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler and Dustin Hoffman. The film feels very personal, more of the smaller moments. There's some really great conversations that really give you insight to the family and how dysfunctional they are. Noah Baumbach's sophisticated take on this film is great. I love him as a director. He's directed some really interesting films, and it was interesting to see a Noah Baumbach film that did not star Greta Gerwig, but instead Adam Sandler, forced to give a more realistic performance. And we realized how good of an actor he is just based off of this movie, Uncut Gems, and The Hustle, and Hustle as well. When he's not doing his stupid gimmicks or even working with his friends, he can deliver a great performance. And we see that in this film. More so, like the first 20 minutes is really captivating. and we're just getting the insight to these characters, this dysfunctional family, and how they are growing throughout the film as well. But my favorite Adam Sandler Netflix original film is Hustle. This also was released in theaters and is your kind of average sports drama, but it works. The formula it takes and how inspiring it feels of this scout who discovers this basketball player in Spain and bringing him to the United States to try out for the Philadelphia 76ers. You tell that Adam Sandler is absolutely involved with basketball. He loves basketball. He played basketball in Grown Ups, and you could tell. And there's a conversation where he shares his love for the game. The story of the underdog rising to the challenge is very inspiring. The camera work for the basketball games is great. Overall, this film was terrific. I loved the performances. It's emotional at times, taking actual NBA stars and bringing them in here. It's challenging them to give a realistic performance, and seeing kind of the behind the scenes of what it takes to enter the NBA and the struggles as well was a nice approach to this film. So there you guys have it, all 8 of the Netflix Adam Sandler films ranked worst to best. Have you seen all 8 of these films? Not including the ones that are on Netflix that were released previously in theaters, like maybe like Little Nicky or Waterboy or Happy Gilmore. Those are not Netflix original films. These ones are just made absolutely for Netflix. I am excited to see more Adam Sandler Netflix films, and I hope that he can do one just like Hustle. So there you guys have it, all 8 of the Adam Sandler movies ranked worst to best on Netflix. Have you guys seen them all? What do you think about each one? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watch the Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.